Hi friends, welcome back to the Common Sense Grandma. My name is Michelle, in case you are new here. I appreciate you visiting with me today. Now, my husband retired about 2 months ago, I think. So we are into our second full month of living off of our retirement. And it's actually been fun for me to have this challenge of making sure that we stay under budget. And last month, no problem. This month, a little bit different because we did have a car repair. We had to put brakes on our truck. And yesterday we had to put a battery in the truck. So it's the way it goes. It's all right. We actually had budgeted for that. We knew that we were going to be over budget. But have you noticed that, I'm not sure about your household, but ours, we have a lot of stuff. We have a lot of things that we don't need. And there are some things that I had already changed my buying habits years ago. And I thought we're just gonna, let's talk about some of these things because you may relate to this and it may be something that you have been thinking about changing. But one of my top things I don't really purchase much of, and that is new clothes. I just wear what I have. Now, if we're at Costco and I see a cute top and it's, a good price, I might pick it up. But let's say most of my clothing I've had for a long time. I know earlier this year I did buy a new pair of jeans, and I haven't bought jeans in probably more than 5 years because my favorite jeans were at Dress Barn, their Westport brand. And I know you can still buy Westport, but I haven't found the ones I really like. So I did buy a pair of jeans, and they're okay. They're not my favorite. I don't know why I just can't seem to find jeans I like. If you know of a good place to get jeans, please let me know. I had bought them at Chico's at the outlet. And I also have another pair that I bought a few years ago at Penny's. They're okay, but anyway. I'm not a big fan of buying new clothes. I just wear what I have, and when something wears out, I buy another whatever it is that I need. I bought a lot of dresses about 6 or 7 years ago. In fact, the one I'm wearing, I think I bought it in 2019. We were going on a trip and I needed some new dresses, and so I did pick quite a few up at Macy's. They gave me a really good deal. If I bought so much, I got a big discount, and so I went with that, and I really have barely bought anything since then. But another thing is purses. I don't like to buy new purses. I have this purse here. It's probably, this is a Coach. I bought this at the outlet more than 15 years ago. I use it most of the time and it still looks fine. It works fine. So that's what I go with. Now, I normally don't buy a new purse. I have a few that I've kept for a long time, or I've, been given as gifts for Mother's Day or something for my kids. But most of the time, I shop on Poshmark. That's where I got this wallet. It's a Kate Spade. It's real cute. And I was so happy when I found this in this purse here. This is also a Kate Spade I got on Poshmark. And inside my wallet, I was so happy I found my Target debit card. It was the only card in here. And I don't know if you guys know, but Target debit card, it comes out of your checking account, but you get 5% off. So it's a good deal. I was happy I found it. This is a nice little wallet. I got this purse, like I just said. It's also a Kate Spade. It's a little used, but it's okay. This one, I also got on Poshmark. It's a Dooney & Bourke, which is actually my favorite brand of purses. And I was looking for a Dodgers because Dooney & Bourke, they have Disney. They also do all of the MLB teams. And I saw this. This is the size I wanted on Poshmark. And it came, and I thought it was Dodgers, and it says Miami. It's not the LA Dodgers. That's okay. It's the Marlins, but it's the same color, so I still use it. I paid about, I think, $80 for it. New, it would have been, I don't know, a couple hundred. It still had the tags on it, so I was happy. I still use it. It's okay. Another thing is shoes, and let me show you these. They're a little dusty because I haven't worn them for a while. These are both LifeStride. They're my favorite brand of shoes. I got these for about $20 each. new, they would be a good $80. So we can still get new things, new to us, but I like saving money. Now there's of course some things I would never buy on Poshmark, like, I don't know, lingerie or something. Oh, that'd be weird. But I don't like to buy new purses or anything because they do last. If you get good quality, they last a long time. And of course there's always Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Ross, Nordstrom Rack. They have good deals too. So I put down here clothes, purses, and shoes. Next is makeup. I actually don't wear makeup unless I'm filming. For the most part, unless we're going somewhere nice, I don't wear makeup anymore. I haven't worn makeup in years. My husband doesn't care, and my skin looks great, so I take good care of my skin. I think one reason is because I don't wear makeup. I don't have those chemicals on my skin, but I don't have a lot of makeup. I threw almost all of my makeup away, and this little bag here has all of my makeup. See that? I probably only use 5 things in here, and most of this makeup I got from my daughters. I shopped their makeup. They also have stopped buying a lot of makeup. And isn't this a cute little bag? I can't remember the name of the company. It's a company that sends you a box. I don't know why I can't remember the name. It's like every 3 months. It's really fun to get. But the only time I buy new makeup for the most part is maybe some, mascara, of course you need to buy. But not wearing makeup also can cut your budget, and if you're okay with that. Not everybody is, but I told someone one time, she goes, yeah, but maybe I don't like the way I look. I said, well, I just don't look at myself, so it's okay. That's just kidding, but that's one way to think about it. Anyway, I think God designed us how we are, and we're all okay if we don't wear makeup. I admire people when they don't wear makeup, but for the camera, I do put some makeup on just because I don't want to scare people. Anyway, next is eating out. We've never been real big, I should say, on eating out. Just, if it's something special or if I'm really, really exhausted and cooking sounds very hard or whatever, I've had a long day, maybe we'll get Panda or something, or there is a sushi restaurant we like to go to. But I don't know about you, but growing up, we didn't go out to eat. Sometimes we would go to the pancake house on Sunday morning or Saturday morning and have pancakes, breakfast. It was like a place to go to, and they had really good food. Or my grandparents would take us out on our birthday, and we would get to go buy a coat or a pair of shoes, something like that, something special. And I've always felt like eating out should be for something special. I would prefer to wait and be able to go to a nicer place instead of just picking up food because I don't feel like cooking or, something like that. I think it's better to, cook our food as much as possible. And if you can see in the background here, there's chicken and black beans. That's the next video. I'm filming 2 videos today, so I'm preparing myself, and I'm also going to do a couple of freezer meals because I need things that are easy. And since it's already been getting hot, we've had sandwiches for dinner a few nights. We did, I think, 2 nights ago, and everybody was fine with that. When it gets hot and we don't feel like cooking, nothing wrong with some tuna sandwiches or something. So just make sure your pantry is stocked. That's why I'm doing that there. My pantry is a little bit low. And please watch the next video because I'm going to talk about the cost of canning versus buying things at the store. I priced everything out. So eating out is a big one to me. Next is shopping without a list. I don't just go to the store and browse around. I'm talking about grocery stores. I don't do that. I always go with a list. I look around, what do we need? What do we have? What do we need to use up? That sort of thing. And my favorite way of shopping, if possible, is to just do a pickup order because then I'm not walking around the store and putting more things in the cart. I did that this week. I did a Sam's Club pickup order and I was very happy with everything that I got. So I bought some more waters because of all of the earthquakes all over. We've got a fault over there, a fault behind us. San Andreas is there, Santa Mateo behind us. So they're big faults. So I wanted to make sure that we are prepared just in case something were to happen. Next on my list here is expensive subscriptions. That is another thing that sometimes, maybe to make ends meet, we have to give up a subscription. One of those I was giving up this week was Disney Channel. The little grandkids like to watch Disney Channel. And we do have Netflix. And I thought, and Prime, because we have an Amazon account. That's further down the list here. So I went on Disney to cancel it, and they offered a deal I couldn't refuse. $6.99 for 3 months, and then after that $12, and that's permanently. So there's a lot of times you can get your bills down. Now, my next one I still need to do this afternoon is Netflix, and see if I can get that down. And let me share with you also what I did with DirecTV. It kept going up like $20, $20. And honestly, we are not big TV watchers. But my husband wants to be able to watch the Dodgers. And it's hard for him. We'd switched to a different service, and the remote, it was hard for him to learn. And so I thought, well, let's go back to DirecTV. He knows all those channels, where ESPN is, where Spectrum is, so he can watch the sports. And I called DirecTV and I explained that my husband needs to have the remote easy. And I explained all why and everything, and the lady totally got it, and she took off $50. So, and that's permanently, at least until next year, and I just have to call back and ask for the discount, and they will give it to you. Another one we did was our cell phones. I called and I said, this is too much. We don't need, we shouldn't be paying that much. I look on here and you have new people paying a lot less. And same thing, they gave us a senior discount and dropped it way, way down. We did the same thing with our car insurance. We got our car insurance through an AARP vendor. It dropped it $700 per year from Allstate to another insurance company. So make sure that you are going through everything that you're paying. You would be surprised a lot of times you can get things down. I don't want to take all your time today, so want to get through my list, and I do need a list. For me to do it off the top of my head, it's hard. The next is latest technology. I don't have the latest, greatest phone. I have an iPhone 13. My husband's phone died last week. He had a SE8 or something. It was an old phone. They don't sell it anymore. We couldn't do anything about it. It was overheating. So I got him another phone, but I didn't get the fanciest phone. I got one that's probably half the price from all the other ones, and it works just fine for him. So, you don't have to have the latest technology. My iPad died. That's the way it goes. It can't be updated anymore. It's old. I'm not getting a new one. I have a computer, and I have a laptop, so I don't need the iPad. It's okay. We don't have to have the latest and greatest. I know there's so many commercials, about the new iPhone or the new whatever. Don't be sold. I like to buy instead of being sold, and there is a difference. Amazon, subscribe and save. That's another one. I canceled everything. When he retired, I better go in and cancel everything possible. And now if I need something, I buy it. But that's another thing. Our house is filled with stuff, and we don't need all this stuff. I'm donating a lot of things because I want the house cleared out. Another one, I'm looking over here. This is under, I know it's subscribe and save, but I just saw something that caught my eye is books. We have the library. We can go to the library. Or if I do want a book, I don't buy it new. I go on eBay. I buy a lot of books on there for $2 each and no shipping, because they are places that have, extra books, or places, where you donate, thrift stores. A lot of thrift stores sell online, and I get a lot of books that way if I want the actual book, even cookbooks, since I am a cookbookaholic, and I haven't bought a cookbook in long time, over a year. Prepackaged convenience foods, I've never really been big on that. I make our bread, I make our salad dressing, I make seasoning mixes, can of my beans back there. I'm doing as much as I can. Another one is things that influencers tell me I need. I have bought some things where I see something on YouTube where, oh, I would like that. In fact, one is a canner. I have a Presto, a 21 quart. You can double stack, but everybody kept raving about the All-American. And I thought, well, maybe I really do need that. And you know what? I got one. It's been a good 5 years or more. I don't need it. Actually, the Presto is easier to use and it's bigger. The All-American is heavy. I will keep it, or I might give it to my daughter who has a huge garden and will be canning. We'll see. But I might give it to her because I don't need that. Sometimes we think we have to have the latest things and we already have something that will work. Let's make it work. Next is drive-through coffee. Now, I have never been a big drive-through coffee person, but I do believe this needs to be said. Make your coffee at home. You pay $5 for a cup of coffee that you could make at home for, I don't know how much, 45 cents or something? I had a doctor appointment, it was yesterday, and I hadn't had my coffee yet. It was an ultrasound stuff that women have to have sometimes. And I had drank my water, but I thought I'm just gonna wait till I get home to have the coffee. And at the doctor's office yesterday, I could smell the coffee. They have a little coffee cafe in their place. And I thought, oh, I want that coffee, but no, it's $3.50 or something. You do that 10 times, that's a lot. That's $35. Make your coffee at home. We just buy our coffee and it's right there, our coffee pot, my daughter and my husband doesn't drink coffee, but that's another thing. I used to even get, I have the Starbucks app. I don't think I've been to Starbucks for a couple of years. And I used to get the free coffee on my birthday and I would go, but they haven't sent it to me, I guess, because I haven't been using the app. I don't care. Your coffee at home tastes better anyway. So just kind of a little thing there. Now, another thing that I wrote down here, paper napkins. I wish we could switch to cloth. I bought these cloth napkins. I saw someone sharing that they have a big family. They don't use paper napkins anymore. So I thought that's such a great idea. I bought these probably 5 years ago. Nobody will use them. I keep asking my husband, let's just use these. They're washable. Nobody wants to use them. They still want to use the paper napkins. So what can you do? I tried. Same with paper towels. I do use cloth as much as possible, but there are times you do need a paper towel. I have here on my list pre-cut fruits and vegetables. I wash all my own, cut them up myself. Individual snack packs like chips, things like that. We don't eat much of that. Buy the big bag, put them in plastic bags. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have today for this one. I just thought we should talk about, some of these things. And I feel like God blesses us with a certain amount of money, whether, of course we work hard. Some people don't work as hard. Some of us work harder. Some people have more money than others, but we need to be good stewards of what God blesses us with. And when we're wasting money, it drives me crazy. And I know it's funny, the more money we made, believe it or not, the less we spent, because we really appreciated that. I remember in 2008, 2009, when people were really buying a lot of things, from homes to big cars, all of that. And I remember my husband and we were driving one day and I go, how are people affording all of this? They're driving, really expensive SUVs. And I'm talking, the $80,000. This is in 2008, 2009. How are they doing that? Well, they were leasing it. And, you know, another thing, oh, I forgot one that I wanted to mention, and that was cars. We have a 2019 Honda Pilot. It's paid for, it's been paid for years. And we had a 2006 Honda Pilot before that. And when we got the 2019, we gave that car to one of our kids. And that child drove it, put another 100,000 miles on it. It made it to over 300. He just got a new car last November. So it lasted almost 20 years. And now that my husband's home, we won't be driving that much anymore. And we have a 2007 Tundra. And, you know, I don't need the latest, greatest car. I don't mind driving a car that is older and paid for. I really appreciate that. I'm glad my husband feels the same, that he doesn't have to have the latest car. I've seen a lot of people really get into cars, and you know, they just are to get us from one place to the next. And we want to be safe. That's why we have bigger cars, and we want to be comfortable. Don't have to have the latest, most expensive things. I'm hoping that the Pilot will last us another 10 years. It should. I don't see why not. So, you know, we don't have to spend so much on all the latest, greatest stuff. And with Amazon, Walmart, all these places, Instacart, you can just order anything and it comes in an hour or the next day. You know, we didn't have those things, especially when we were younger. We didn't have money and we didn't have that, and we were still really happy. So we don't need all the latest, greatest things. So what is something that you have cut back on or that you don't buy anymore? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. If you don't mind, please like and subscribe, or put a little emoji down there or something. I would really appreciate that. And we will see you in the next video, friends. Bye.